Hello, welcome back. Thank you for continuing to listen to my story. I really appreciate you guys being here. And hopefully, you guys are kind of learning something from my story that has something to do with your own story. So, when I left off, I had just got approved for the apartment. I was so happy to be able to get out of the place I was sharing with Kate and her nephew. Um, because it was getting more and more difficult each and every day. The things that I said before is that whenever you're in a situation that becomes extremely toxic, so if it's a work situation, and maybe you kind of been going along with the flow for a while, there might be a person there that agitates you, or it's your manager who kind of gives you a little bit more work, and then it's a little bit more, and then more and more, that it becomes overwhelming, and your health is being affected emotionally, mentally, physically, everything like that. I know for myself, um, the job that I just left back in June, like I was gaining weight just because of the emotional stress that I was going through. And when things like that start to happen, it's kind of like the universe is telling you that it's time to leave. So the toxicity will increase. During this time too, so this is the month of February, as I had said, I had met Walter in the beginning of February. We had really great conversations on the phone. I think that first weekend we had gone out, I had told you I ended up, I had told him, about my situation at the house. And so I don't know if he kind of felt sorry for me and had taken me back to his house. And it was late by that time, and it was supposed to snow. So I ended up staying at his house again. Nothing happened. And the next weekend, I had just said to him on I think a Saturday, I said to him, or a Friday or something like that. I said, if you're not doing anything, can I just come visit? And so he said, yeah, sure. Um, I think he said, I'll let you. It was a Saturday because I had gone to the library, like left the house early just to get out of there. And I went to the library and kind of just sat most of the day and did some stuff on my laptop and reading, things like that. And then probably around 4 o'clock or so, he had texted me. He's like, I'm going to make dinner for you. Um, if you want to be here around 6 o'clock or whatever. So I was like really, really happy just to have somewhere to go, for the evening. And he's like a very giving and very, how do you say, it? Likes to take care of, you know, people. Like he would his, make his children like food to take home, or there was just the sharing going on within family members and stuff like that. Somebody had given him some banana bread. He had too much of it, so he ended up giving it to me, which I didn't need it, but I took it anyway. It was like really good. So he had like a really good heart, and he understood the situation that I was in and just really wanted to be away from there. So then around, like I think I had said in the last video, that second week in February, I learned, second week in February, yeah, I learned that I had got the apartment, and he had said to me, do you need help moving? And I was like, oh, okay. So over the next couple weekends, again, we saw each other, spent time together, really getting to know each other. I was able to move in a few days before the end of the month. So I think it was that Wednesday before March 1st. Um, I took off from work and I had to go sign the lease. So I know this is embarrassing. Anyway, I still had my New York plates on my car, and it was moving day. So I had told him, I said, probably come around 12 because I had planned on going back to the house, getting some more stuff so that when he came, I would only have to make one more trip. And I needed to also go buy a mattress too. So having his pickup truck, that would help me. Anyway, getting back to in the morning, I left the house early. During the days before, I had started putting stuff in the car. And so when I got up Wednesday morning, got up really early, I think I went to like McDonald's and like had breakfast or whatever and just sat there because I didn't have my appointment for sign at least wasn't until 10 o'clock. I was just trying to kill time. So having being up here in Maine, I had my New York plates. I would get followed a lot by the police. And like, they would run my plates and there was nothing, there. So, they follow me for a while and then they would turn off. So it's like so irritating. So as I'm driving into the town I'm moving into, I see this cop car sitting on the side, and I'm just like, I said, he's gonna pull me over just because look for something, or he's gonna come behind me, whatever. So I turned left to try to like just avoid, go like the back way. And because I would have to go right by him. They see New York plates, they see me, they see my hair, they're gonna be like, okay, she's up to something. This is just how it goes. I turn left and I try to come out a different way. But I end up going up a one-way street the wrong way. So when I come out, I'm saying, why is this street so narrow here? But I didn't realize I was going the wrong way on a one-way street. So when I come out, the cop car is sitting right there. And so I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm trying to avoid the police car. I can't believe I'm telling you guys this. I'm trying to avoid this, and they stopped me anyway. But understand there is a reason for everything. The universe is in control of everything. So anyway, she pulls me over and like yelling. And you know what you did? And I'm like, no, I don't even know. I didn't even know I had turned. It was a one-way street. So um, anyway, she's like, you've been here for a year. Just that the universe uses people sometimes to give you information to tell you what to do next, or, something they need you to do, you're not listening, something will happen. That's what we call in tarot like a tower moment. So she said, you've been here for a year and you haven't changed your license over to Maine. So I said to her, I said, well, like, I didn't want to go all into my story of being homeless and stuff like that. I just said, like, I didn't have a permanent residence. And she kind of ignored me. So she ended up giving me a ticket for the one way, going the wrong one way. I had never had a ticket in my life before. It's crazy. Going through one way and um, not changing my license because I guess you're supposed to do it within 90 days or whatever it is, a month or something like that. So I'm like, whatever. As I said, the universe is saying it's time. And it was funny that it's the day that I'm moving um, that this happened. So I get to my appointment like just on time. And I think I had told him to come a little later, but then he had texted me and he's like, "Do you need me to bring anything else?" And I said, "Just a dolly." And I said, "You can come earlier, like around 12 if you can." So he got there like right at 12, and we ended up going over to the house. And I didn't think she was going to be home, Kate. And I was just planning on getting some of the stuff. And I was supposed to go back around 3. I had made arrangements with her to get my security deposit, and then I would give her the key. But she was home. So I was like, oh, I don't want to deal with her because I thought I was going to have to deal with her later on. So when I walked in, she's like, "Oh, you're here." So I'm like, she goes, "Well, do you want to just do this now?" So I'm like, "Yeah, that works." So she ended up taking like $200. She made some excuses that she had some extra bills that she hadn't shown me yet or whatever. It was just like BS. And I didn't want to like deal with it. Like I just wanted to be out of there. And she like left these bills saying that I still owed like 200. So she was going to subtract $200 from my security. And I was at the point like I just didn't care. I did not want to speak to her anymore. I didn't want to deal with her anymore. I was done. So she left and her nephew stayed there. And I think he was kind of on the phone, like, I don't know, Facebooking someone like video, making sure like I didn't do anything or whatever. I don't know. So I just got the rest of my stuff out. He said he was just gonna stay outside because he I don't want him in a drama anyway. She left, which was good. Got the rest of the stuff. I put it on the porch and then he took it off the porch and put it in his pickup truck. And we got back to the house and he helped me bring everything in. And then later on we went and got me a mattress, got myself a mattress and put that in his truck and brought it up for me. And I was set for that. I didn't have any, like, really, hardly any furniture, but I was just so thankful and happy to be out of there and never have to see that place again or her again. And thankful to the universe that that test or that whatever it was done and that I could move on from that. So I'm gonna leave it there and I will see you in the next one.